What's up, everyone? Hope you guys can hear me well. What is going on, everyone? The Raptors are the 2019 NBA champions. The Six gets it done in 6. As the Six was celebrating last night, I tell you guys, what a crazy party it was. What a crazy party it was, man. To celebrate with the family, to celebrate with friends, to celebrate with all my other fellow Raptor fans. I mean, words can't describe right now how I feel, guys. I'm still in a state of shock. I'm literally just in a state of shock right now, guys. None of this feels real. I'll be honest with you. It feels like this is all just some sort of dream. None of this feels like it's actually been happening. I mean, I have been a follower of this team, as you guys know, way back when we were terrible. And I got to be honest with you guys. When I was sitting in my Sprite Zone seats back in 2000, 2001, I never thought this day would actually come. I never thought we would be in a point in time where we would be calling the Toronto Raptors the 2019 NBA champions. And this is a reality. This is what has happened. Like Drake said yesterday, I want my chip with the dip. Someone get me the dip because we just won the chip. Crazy, crazy, crazy stuff, guys. I haven't been this happy in my entire life. The Raptors from Toronto, Canada's only team, once upon a time ago, the laughing stock of the league, are the champions of the NBA world. Did you ever think this was going to happen? This has been a phenomenal experience, and I tell you something, guys. Looking back at the beginning of the season, I made a couple of videos, and I was pretty spot on. I was pretty spot on a lot of things that I was saying. A lot of my videos, I was saying that we would make it to the NBA Finals. But I'll be honest, I did not think in my wildest imagination that this team would actually win the championship. I thought if we were to make the final, which we did, we were going to lose in 5 or 6 games. Never did I think the Raptors would win a championship against the Golden State Warriors. Oh, by the way, at Oracle, which is going to be the last game ever played at Oracle Arena, those fans, those Warriors fans, will forever remember the Raptors celebrating at Oracle on its last day of existence. That is remarkable. Who is in here right now, man? Sebi Popcast, what's going on? We got Ahmed. Thank you so much, Pigskin Pete. I really appreciate that. Jason says, congrats to the Raptors. Golden State finally lost. What's going on, Malcolm D? What is going on, PS3 Shakes? I really appreciate the support and the love from you guys, man. You guys have been supporting me since day one on this channel, man. I can't thank each and every one of you enough. I've been covering pretty much every game there was this Raptors season, from my live streams to my reactions to the signings to the trades. You name it, man. Oh my goodness, this has just been one of those enjoyable rides that I will look back, guys, 10, 20, 30 years from now when I have my own kids. And I will tell them about the day that I witnessed this great Raptors team come together and win a championship through all adversity. They were all on the same page. They all came together for one common goal. And boy, was that ever the case when we officially made it happen last night. Game 6 victory at Oracle Arena. 114-110 was the final. Kawhi Leonard, your NBA Finals MVP. I mean, how could you not give him the NBA Finals MVP? Shout out to my main man, Fano. He is the artist of my official theme song. Shout out to him. Kawhi Leonard, how could you not give him the NBA Finals MVP, guys? He has had one of the most historic postseason runs in NBA history. He was on this final run, or he was on this NBA Finals run, I should say. He was playing lights out. Every time you needed him to come up with a big bucket, he was there. He single-handedly took over the game in Game 5. Of course, that's the game that we almost won at home. I was live at that game. I was moments away from witnessing a championship live, but nonetheless, he played stellar last night. He played stellar all series. He played stellar all postseason, man. You gotta be happy for Kawhi Leonard, man. I mean, his comeback from the injury was nothing short but remarkable. Many people thought he wasn't going to be the same player that he once was. Many people thought that he wasn't going to be a superstar of today's NBA. And what does he do? He comes back from the injury and he plays Michael Jordan-esque basketball. That's what I'll use to describe Kawhi Leonard's performance during these playoffs. It was Michael Jordan-esque basketball. He literally put a city, a country, a team on his back. He carried us. He wilted us to the NBA Finals. And along with the rest of the Raptors, I got to give other guys credit. I'm not just giving Kawhi Leonard credit, guys. I'm giving other guys like Siakam, who had 26 points last night. Kyle Lowry came up big with 26 points. He started last night's game very well. Fred VanVleet, man. Fred VanVleet, are you kidding me? He single-handedly outplayed Steph Curry last night. All these guys coming together, doing it as a unit, doing it as a team, and bringing the championship north of the border. The championship is coming to the country of Canada. That is what's up. Thank you so much, Colby. VanVleet, Kyle Siakam, they're all on, man. East Coast Conference is going to be a freaking battle royal next year. Zach, what's going on? Says if Kawhi Leonard leaves, then I'll say y'all had to step back next year. You think we'll re-sign Gasol? Listen, I'm not thinking about next year right now, guys. I'm not thinking about Kawhi Leonard. Will he resign? I'll get to that later on in my other videos. Right now, I just want to soak in the moment. If you guys have any particular questions about last night, about the NBA Finals run, definitely let me know. But I ain't worried about Kawhi right now, whether or not he's going to resign. I don't really care. He could do whatever he wants. Here's my take on this. If Kawhi Leonard decides to leave, I ain't going to hate him. I ain't going to hate him because if you look at it, guys, he did the job. He did the job. He was here. He brought a championship. What more do you want from the guy? So if he decides to pack his bags, listen, I'll wish him the best of luck. I'll be the first guy wishing him the best of luck because he did the job. He got the job done. He did what we wanted here, and that is win an NBA championship. Masai Ujiri, the same thing. Apparently, the Wizards are reportedly about to give him or make him a huge offer, give him a huge deal. Listen, if Masai's got to go, it's a business. Basketball is a business. Just when we traded DeRozan for Kawhi Leonard to get to the spot to win a championship, everything is a business. I am not going to be upset with Kawhi Leonard or even Masai if they leave this team, because at the end of the day, guys, the Raptors are 2019 NBA champions, and we got that elusive trophy that will never be taken away from this city, from this franchise, from this organization. So that is my take on that. They can do whatever the hell they want because we got a championship. I got my trophy. I'm happy. And it's been a wild journey, man. It's been a wild journey. To think that we've seen the highs and the lows from Vince Carter putting us on the map to pretty much quitting on the team and taking his talents elsewhere when we traded him for virtually nothing, to drafting Andrea Bargnani, Primo Pasta and Sauce, first overall in 2006, to the days of Calderon and Bosch, those teams that couldn't get past the first round, to DeRozan and all of his playoff woes, not being able to get out of the second round, everything else in between, to be in this position, to be at this moment where Kawhi Leonard has led this Raptors team to an NBA championship, and everything coming together from the trades we made at the deadline, from key guys stepping up, from a surging star in the making and Pascal Siakam really coming onto the scene, from a rookie head coach Nick Nurse coaching an outstanding playoffs. Everything was picture perfect this 2019 season, and this truly was a team of destiny. Destiny beat dynasty. Kawhi Leonard single-handedly took down another dynasty. He did it way back when. He beat the Heat when he was a member of the San Antonio Spurs, and he does it now as a member of the Raptors, taking down the Warriors. And we don't know if the Warriors are going to be the same, especially with their injuries to Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson. Listen, I tip my hat to Klay Thompson. The fact that he was willing to gut it out and play last night, even after suffering that gruesome injury, he is a warrior in every sense of the word. So I tip my hat to guys like Klay and Durant who put their bodies on the line to try to win the game for the Warriors. That is outstanding from their perspective. But nonetheless, guys, I'm going to take this championship win, and I'm going to just savor it because it feels so damn good. So I'm not thinking about the future right now. I'm thinking about the now. What is going on, Shalak? What's going on, Jake Miller? Says Kawhi will need to sort out the taxes in Canada being higher than LA and looking off the core business opportunity. What is going on, Stephen McKinnis. He was partying last night, guys. Stephen McKinnis, shout out to him. He was amongst the Raptors fans downtown. Were any of you guys downtown last night, or was it just me and Stephen McKinnis? There were so many Raptors fans last night, guys. I'm actually going to be dropping a video soon. I went down with my camera. I got so much cool footage of fans erupting, chanting, cheering. You had fans on buses. You had fans on buildings, man. Like, it was crazy. I watched the game actually up here where I'm from in Vaughan, but then as soon as the Raptors won, I got my behind on the subway. I got down to, the Jurassic Park area as soon as I could because I did not want to miss out on the celebrations. People were everywhere. It was a crazy scene, man. And listen, we deserve it because this city has been waiting so damn long to celebrate a winner and a champion, especially as it pertains to a major sport. So it was remarkable to be a part of that. And guys, let me be the first to invite you all. If you don't have plans on Monday or if you're working, I highly suggest you take off work because it has been announced that the Raptors parade will be downtown Toronto Monday morning. It will start at 10 a.m. If you are in the city, even if you're not in the city and you want to come over to the city, you are all welcome. You better believe I will be there. I will be capturing the footage of the Raptor parade. There's probably going to be a couple million people in attendance. It is going to be a phenomenal experience. It is going to be incredible. If you guys are in the city of Toronto on Monday, make sure you try to find me. And make sure you try to come in my video because it's going to be a crazy, crazy environment on Monday, man. That's definitely going to be a moment you don't want to miss, especially if you're a Raptors fan. So that is what's going on right now in the city. We're in celebration mode. We're in parade mode. We are in championship. You can tell I'm just excited. And I've pretty much just been on this high since we won it last night. Oh, my goodness, man. What's going on, Poppy Goat? You should make a video on who we should sign this offseason. Yeah, Ali, don't you worry, man. I got a lot of great video ideas that I'm going to be pumping out this offseason. But like I said, right now, I'm just soaking it in. I wanted to go live with you guys just to kind of get some of my thoughts off my chest, kind of let you guys do your thing in the chat. So I wanted to go live here tonight. I will be dropping that fan reaction that I captured last night very shortly. And then I got some other videos that I got in the works. So don't you worry, Drip Nation. There's going to be a lot of great content to come. Even though the basketball season is over, this YouTube channel is still going to be pumping out videos on a frequent basis. So you definitely don't have to worry about that. Oh, man, what is everybody else thinking? How is everybody else feeling about last night's win? Whether you're a Raptors fan, non-Raptors fan, I want to just get your reaction, guys, because clearly I am pumped. You guys know I've been a diehard Raptors fan since day one, man. I still got Vince Carter's jersey on the back here on the wall. I probably got to put a Kawhi Leonard jersey and take down the Carter jersey after Kawhi brought a championship to Toronto. But you guys know I've been following this team ever since I was a little boy. Been going to games ever since I was young. And I've just seen the lows of the lows and the highs of the highs. And I'll be honest with you. I'll say it again. I did not think the Raptors were going to win an NBA championship. I did not expect this day to ever come. I thought an NBA Finals was definitely possible because I predicted that at the beginning of the season, but I never thought we were going to win the damn trophy, the damn Larry O'Brien trophy. But you know what? It's fitting because the inventor of basketball was in fact Canadian, so it's only fitting that the championship and the sport that he created comes back home. And the championship is home here in the city, here in the country of Canada. And I just want to kind of quickly go back to Game 6 here, guys. And looking at that game, I know there's going to be a lot of people saying, if the Warriors had Kevin Durant 100% healthy, if Klay Thompson didn't go down last night, we could potentially be looking at right now a Game 7 on Sunday. And you know what? I would agree with that. Obviously, if Kevin Durant was if he was healthy from the start, I believe the Warriors would have won this series. Let's call it what it is. Kevin Durant, we saw what he did in Game 5 in the limited minutes that he played in. What was it, 11 minutes? He already had 11 points. If he was healthy from the start, the Warriors would have won this series hands down. And I would go as far as saying, too, that if Klay Thompson didn't suffer that gruesome injury last night, I really believe the Warriors would have won that game because you really felt momentum shifting. But then as soon as he went down, that was it. You almost got the sense, okay, this is the Raptors' chance now. This is their opportunity to really take the game by its head and win this championship. So, it's crazy because the Warriors were fortunate for all these years to have health on their side, and then they play us, and then all these injuries happen, really opening the door for opportunity for the Raptors, and they really took full advantage of that, particularly in that fourth quarter without Klay. Because if Klay plays that fourth quarter, I think we're playing Game 7 on Sunday, guys, but he did not play. The Warriors simply did not have enough offense. Their bench really showed its vulnerability. They didn't have enough scoring, particularly when Clay left. And Steph Curry, guys, I mean, he's going to go down as one of the greatest shooters of all time. But the fact of the matter is, when push came to shove and he needed to hit a big shot with his team's back up against the wall, with the dynasty on the brink there, he did not come to play. He did not hit a big-time shot. I think he was 0 of 3 from 3 down the stretch. He missed the potential go-ahead game-winning 3 with a couple seconds left on the clock. That miss ultimately wrapping up the championship or sealing the championship for the Raptors. So Steph Curry, the pressure mounted, and he simply did not deliver as an NBA all-time great. And I think this is going to be a big blemish on his resume when we talk about Curry being one of the greatest players of all time when his career is all said and done. Curry needed the help. He needed his brother out there. Clay was unable to come back for the fourth quarter. And like I said, the Raptors took full advantage knowing we got to win this game tonight. We got to win this game at Oracle. We got to take care of business in the fourth quarter with this depleted Warriors team. And they did just that. They didn't want to play Game 7 in Toronto. And I'll be honest with you guys, if it came back to Toronto, I would have been going to that game. It would have cost me a lot of money. I would have been going to that game. However, I would not have been confident going up against the Warriors in a winner-take-all Game 7 at home on Sunday. So I am very glad we don't have to play that game, and I'm very glad this series is over. And the Raptors got it done in 6. Crazy, crazy stuff, guys. Yeah, Nick Nurse does deserve huge credit, man. You got to give him a lot of credit. His mom even passed away during the season. The fact that he really showed us what he could do during the season. Like, I thought he had a phenomenal run during the playoffs. Yeah, there were a couple of moments where he had some questionable decision-making. I know I ripped him for Game 5, that timeout that he shouldn't have called because we probably would have won that game if he didn't call that timeout. But at the end of the day, he is a rookie coach. You are bound to make some mistakes. But overall, in the grand scheme of things, this is going to go down as one of the most impressive coaching runs, especially from a rookie head coach in his first season. I mean, you got to tip your hat to Nick Nurse, guys. He coached a phenomenal playoffs, and he really coached well in the NBA Finals, other than that little late game blunder in Game 5. I thought he outcoached Steve Kerr, in my opinion. What's going on? Dante Gaines says, congrats to CJ. Yeah. They're all going to get rings. But the unfortunate part is, guys, and by the way, shout out to Brandon Rogers. Brandon Rogers, thank you so much for the $2 donation, bro. Honestly, man, shout out to Brandon Rogers. This guy's been following me ever since I was a little channel, and he's been showing me nothing but support, so I really appreciate it, bro. I hope you're still in here to hear this, but, man, you've been awesome, so thank you so much for that support. I really, really appreciate that. But anyways, going back to that comment that was just made, CJ Miles gets a ring. DeLon Wright gets a ring. Jonas Valanciunas gets a ring. You got to be feeling for those guys. That's definitely a special moment for them. And I'm pretty sure Bruno Caboclo also gets a ring. So shout out to Bruno Caboclo. These ex-Raptors get a ring. The one guy who's not going to be getting a ring, however, is in fact, or actually, Caboclo won't be getting a ring. He wasn't a part of that deal. So just dismiss what I said there. But the one guy who's not going to be getting a ring is DeMar DeRozan. And guys, I really want to know how DeMar DeRozan reacted last night watching the Raptors, a team who he played for a year ago, win a championship just a short year later after the Raptors traded him. I mean, oh my goodness, man. How do you feel if you're DeMar DeRozan? I don't want to put salt in the wound, but man, that definitely does not feel good if you're DeMar. Getting traded, and a guy comes in by the name of Kawhi Leonard, pretty much takes over this franchise, makes it his own, brings a championship to the city of Toronto in his first season, pretty much highlighting the fact that DeRozan was in fact the problem, and he wasn't the guy to get us over the hump. Now listen, DeMar DeRozan, he's going to go down as one of the greatest Raptors of all time. We already know. Again, that's another tip of the cap to him. Nothing but respect and love to DeMar. I'm not hating on the guy, but let's call facts where we got to call facts. DeMar DeRozan was never going to lead this team to a championship. He isn't that guy. It's the reality of it. Some guys are winners. Some guys aren't. It's the world we live in. If everybody was a winner in this world, then the world would be equal. And quite frankly, the world isn't equal. DeMar DeRozan couldn't get it done. He's still going to end up having a prosperous career in San Antonio because that is a great organization. But he wasn't the guy to do what Kawhi just did here in Toronto. So for those fans at the beginning of the season who criticized the move when we brought in Kawhi Leonard and shipped longtime Raptors DeMar DeRozan, where are you at now? Because the funny part is, guys, those same fans who were bashing the move when it happened were probably the same fans on the damn bus last night celebrating the most. Because that's what happens. People, they forget about what they say. They make mistakes. And, I mean, listen, that's a part of being a fan. But at the end of the day, guys, looking back on that trade, you guys got to give me some credit there. Because I was fully on board with the trade. And you go watch that video that I made 11 months ago, everything pretty much came to fruition. I said Kawhi Leonard was going to have a big regular season. I said he was going to have a monstrous playoff run, which he did. And I said with Kawhi Leonard, we would make it to an NBA Finals, which we did. Now, I didn't say we would win a championship 11 months ago, but I said we would get to an NBA Finals, which we did. So close enough. But again, that is very more optimistic than what many fans initially felt when the deal was made, saying that was going to be the worst trade of all time, trading DeMar DeRozan for 1 year of Kawhi. Well, listen, 1 year of Kawhi brought us a damn championship. So thank you very much, Masai Ujiri, because that in turn is probably going to end up being the greatest trade in NBA history. That is the reality of the situation, folks. Yeah, where are you fans? Where are you fans? You guys want me to rip those fans? I will. Everybody's saying, come on, Luka, how can you call out your fans? Listen, I called out the fans, those same fans who were cheering after Kevin Durant got injured. I'll call out those same damn fans who said, why would you make that trade? The Raptors are dumb. That is the worst trade in NBA history. Kawhi Leonard, we don't even know who he is, but let's pretend that we know basketball and say that trade was bad. Well, listen, folks. Listen, so-called Raptor fans. Listen, bandwagon Raptor fans. That was the greatest trade of all time for the Raptors, and I am so glad Masai Ujiri took that gamble, because if we didn't take that gamble, we would not be sitting here today calling ourselves NBA champions. So thank you, Kawhi. My phone just went smacking down to the ground because I'm clearly animated and heated up about this subject. But those same fans who were pretty much jeering the trade when it happened, you guys aren't allowed to take credit for this NBA championship, and you guys are not allowed to celebrate. All right? If you are going to celebrate, just make sure I'm not there. Because if I am there and I know you initially bashed the deal, you know I'm coming after you. And I might even throw some water bottles at you. Oh, man. But you know what's funny, guys? Go on Twitter. Seriously. When you get a chance, go on Twitter and you'll actually see some of the comments that were made when the trade initially happened 11 months ago. Almost a year to this date. And you'll see how much backlash the trade received. I'm sitting there scrolling on Twitter laughing. Sitting there like, oh my goodness, these Raptor fans actually thought this was going to end up being a bad trade. Like, guys, it's Kawhi Leonard. And if Steven McInnes is in here, I got to give him a huge shout out on this, because he actually predicted that Kawhi Leonard was going to be a bona fide superstar before a lot of the guys I know predicted that was going to be the case, because I believe it was after he won the Finals MVP against the Heat, he predicted that Kawhi was going to be a megastar. And boy, was he ever right. I always was a big fan of Kawhi. This guy is a bona fide superstar. He is the best two-way player in the league. And anytime you got a guy who plays just as well on the offensive side of the ball as he does on the defensive side of the ball, you know you have an all-time great player. And the thing with Kawhi that really impressed me this season, guys, is the fact that when push came to shove, he really didn't back down from the big moment. He actually savored those moments. Like, we saw a guy in Kawhi this season really reminisce Michael Jordan in the way of him being a clutch player. Now, I'm not saying Kawhi Leonard is Michael Jordan, but he resembled Jordan's game in terms of really savoring the moment and really playing his best basketball when the spotlight was at its brightest. I mean, we haven't seen an NBA Finals run like this since LBJ, when, of course, the Cavs won the championship in 2016, since the likes of Kobe Bryant earlier on in the decade, and then since the like of a Michael Jordan, where a player single-handedly came up clutch consistently throughout the duration of the playoffs. And I mean, you got to look long and hard to find a bad game Kawhi had in these playoffs, because there weren't too many of them. I think he had like maybe one bad game max this playoff run. Other than that, he was just spot on. He was just remarkable, and it was fun to watch. See what everybody's saying here. What's going on, Elite? What's going on, Turin? Do you think that Kawhi could be in the run for MVP if the media knew that he would bring the Raptors a championship? Well, you know what? The MVP is a regular season award, so I agree with the decision that's going to be made. I don't think Kawhi played like an MVP necessarily during the regular season, but that being said, I'm glad he didn't exhaust himself during the regular season, and I'm glad he actually sat out those games, and I'm glad he was on load management, because if he wasn't, we probably wouldn't be winning a championship right now. We wouldn't have won a championship right now. So kudos to the Raptors coaching staff for really monitoring that situation and really allowing Kawhi to rest in meaningless games, because let's call it what it is. Those games that the Raptors lost in the regular season when Kawhi didn't play, in hindsight, they're meaningless. It doesn't change the fact now that we're champs. So I was on, and that was another thing I was on board for. And that's another thing that really grinded my gears, since we're on the topic of things that grind my gears. Some of the fans were actually saying, why are you resting Kawhi Leonard knowing that he could very well walk? Well, Dennis, or whatever the hell your name is, Susan, you rest Kawhi Leonard during the regular season so he can play as he did in the postseason. And that's exactly what happened. So those people running their mouths saying, let him play in a game in February that doesn't mean anything, you guys look like fools right now, because if we didn't monitor his minutes, I guarantee you Kawhi would not have played the way he did during the last 2 months of the season. Shout out to everybody in here, man. JQ Americana, what's going on? Make sure y'all hit that like button if you haven't already, guys. I'm going to be running this live stream for another 20 minutes. I just want to get it off my chest. If you have any questions, definitely feel free to spit. This is just like a collective reaction to the Raptors winning the NBA championship. But what's lost in this all is just my happiness and my excitement seeing this all unfold, guys. I mean, like I said, I was a kid when I used to go to Raptors games every single season, and to see the lows of the lows from this team, there was a point in time where we were the laughing stock of the league. And the fact that we are now in 2019 and champions of the world, like, it really doesn't feel real. It's just so surreal. It's been an incredible journey. And I'm just enjoying every single second of this, man, because it feels so damn good, especially when you witness a team that you are a die-hard fan of win the ultimate prize in the sport. It just feels so good. Dennis. Steve McInnes likes that little remark I made about Dennis. Giannis needs to develop a mid-range jumper, says Michael. Yeah, I think that really hurt him in that Eastern Conference Finals series. I think if Giannis develops that jump shot, he's really going to be a player you got to, a player who could take his game to the next level if he develops that jump shot, because he's great in all facets of the game, but the area that he's really lacking in is that jump shot. And it hurt him against the Raptors, because you saw with Giannis, if he can't get in the lane, if he can't penetrate in the lane, which the Raptors did a great job of disallowing him to do, he's pretty much ineffective on the court, and he was. Toronto Raptors win title championships, says Brendan. Yeah, Danny Green almost blew it. That is a really good point, Michael. He almost blew it, man. The fact that he forced that pass, hit off Siakam, went out of bounds. We're all sitting there in the bar watching this game like, here we go again. Are we really going to blow another late game NBA Finals lead? But luckily for us, Steph Curry, I mean, he couldn't hit a shot. He missed the three ball in that crucial part of the game, which ultimately sealed the deal for the Raptors. And that's another key miss that's going to go down on the resume of Steph Curry late in a crucial NBA Finals game. Because if you guys remember back in 2016 when the Cavs made that historic comeback from 3-1 down, Steph Curry also missed a big-time three when Kevin Love played some of the best defense I have ever seen in a game. When Steph Curry chucked up a three, he missed it, and then the Cavs went on to win that game in the series. So the same thing like last night. Steph Curry, the spotlight was on, he had a chance to win the game, and he missed it. So that's really going to hurt his resume, I think, going down the stretch. What is going on, Sir Cardinal, my fellow Torontonian? Sir Cardinal, you better be at that parade Monday morning, man. He says, when did you wake up today? I took a nap at 1 p.m. I feel alive. Listen, man, I got home at 6 a.m. this morning, and then I woke up at about noon. So, you know what? It is what it is. This is probably never going to happen again. I had to savor every single minute of it. So I went downtown, got home late, and I'm just gearing up now for the parade, which is going to be spectacular in and itself. But shout out to Sir Cardinal, man. I hope to see you at the parade, bro. And I hope to see all of you at the parade. If you guys are from Toronto, man, definitely look out for me. I'll be rocking my camera, getting the footage. Definitely come join us, Strip Nation. Join us, Raptor Nation. Monday morning, take off work. Fly in to Toronto if you're not from here. Do what you got to do. Just be at that damn parade. It's going to be historic. Are you uncomfortable with the team going into next season, or do you think that there are any trades that the Raptors could consider during the offseason? Again, it's going to be dependent on what Kawhi's decision is, because ultimately, if Kawhi resigns with the team, I honestly think the Raptors are going to be the favorite next year again, guys, because you look at the Warriors, Kevin Durant's going to miss all of next season, and we don't know if he's even going to resign with them. Klay Thompson, he might not be the same. He might miss a good portion of next season. I really think if Kawhi Leonard re-signs with this team, guys, will be the favorite to win it again next year. Siakam's only going to get better. This is a really deep team, and it's still a relatively young team. When you talk about Van Vliet really emerging the last two series of the playoffs, particularly the NBA Finals. And remember, guys, we still have OG Anunoby waiting in the wing. And I really think that OG Anunoby could still be a very good player for this Raptors team. And I call him Baby Kawhi for a reason. I think he has that ceiling on his career. It's unfortunate he went down with that injury, but I still have high hopes for OG Anunoby. He didn't get to play for the last couple of series of this playoff run, but listen, he'll be back. He'll be ready to go, and I'm really looking forward to his development with this team. So it's all dependent on Kawhi. And if Kawhi doesn't resign, like I said, it is what it is. We won our championship. Even if we don't make the playoffs next season, yeah, it's going to hurt. Yeah, it's not going to look good. But at the end of the day, nothing's ever going to take away this championship from us, guys. So that's the life of sports. We see it all the time. You can only be good for so long. It doesn't last forever. What is going on, Zalome? Yes, Sir Cardinal will be at the parade. Boardman does get paid. What's going on, Alex Sports? What's going on, Ahmed? What's going on? William Sanders says Chi-Town, but we'll be there in spirit. Hey, that's fair enough, man. That's fair enough. That's all I can ask. If you're not going to be there in person, be there in spirit. That's a really good question, man. Who do you think will improve the most on our current roster? To be honest, I think it's going to be OG. Like I said before, I mean, Siakam, I don't want to say he hit his ceiling. He's still going to get a little bit better, in my opinion, but I don't think he's going to take another big leap like we saw the leap from last season to this season. You look at Fred VanVleet, I'll say the same thing. I think we saw VanVleet's ceiling during the NBA Finals and during the second half of the Eastern Conference Finals. So looking at it from that perspective, Serge is getting older. I mean, Kyle's pretty much done at this point. Like, he had a terrific send-off if this is, in fact, his last meaningful season with the Raptors. So I think it's going to be OG Anunoby. I think OG still has a lot to prove. I'm really keen on his game. And like I said, he really resembles Kawhi on the defensive side of the ball. And if OG really, if he can get an offensive game going, and he gets that part of his game working, you could potentially see, I'm not saying the next Kawhi, but a player that really resembles Kawhi's game in OG Anunoby. But again, his health is going to be important, and it'll be interesting to see how he rebounds after missing the better half of the postseason. I am rooting for Norm to improve next year. That's another guy. Listen, he's still relatively young. Norm could very well still be on a glide up. He is still young. And listen, if it's Norm, if it's Siakam taking that next step in terms of being an MVP, because I think that is Siakam's next step, if he is going to take that next step, because he does have that capability. He really impressed me during these playoffs, guys. He really lived up to the pressure. He did not back down, and he really played like a veteran in those crucial moments. It was remarkable to see. But I'm like I said, I'm keen on OG Anunoby. I want to see how this kid responds next season. I want to see how he looks next season because I really love his game on both sides of the ball. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Make sure you hit that like button, guys. Smash that like button. Share this with your friends. Share this with anybody you think would like to watch this. Definitely spread the word. If you are new and you happen to be in here, definitely hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell, guys. This is the post-game reaction, the championship hangover reaction to the Raptors winning an NBA title. I'm chilling here. Gonna go live for another 15 minutes. So again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to shoot. But please do me a favor. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Share this stream. And subscribe if you are new to the channel. And make sure you turn on post notifications, guys, so you always stay notified every time I go live or post a brand new video. And like I said, just because the NBA season is over doesn't mean I'm done. There's a lot of content I'm going to be making in the coming weeks. And we got a lot of things to keep a close eye out for, particularly with the NBA offseason rolling around. And before that, the NBA draft. And I am a big NBA draft guy. Raptors have such a resilient group. That is a really good word, Alex. That is probably the word to use when describing this Raptors team. Because every time we saw a little bit of adversity, and I'll be the first to admit to my mistakes, I found myself in situations where the Raptors would have a bad loss or they wouldn't play a great game. And, you know, maybe I was quick to jump. Maybe I was quick to jump and overreact. So you know what? I'll take the blame for when those times happened, because the Raptors did a phenomenal job, and we saw it all playoffs long when they had a big-time defeat of bouncing back and really staying composed and playing like a champion as they did throughout the playoffs. So resilient is the word I would definitely use to describe the 2018-2019 Toronto Raptors. And you saw it. And you saw it all playoffs. I mean, it literally started from game one of the playoffs when we lost game one against Orlando. There were fans saying, here we go again. It doesn't matter if we have Kawhi. We're probably going to end up losing. But then what happens? We win the next 4 games of that series. Then Philadelphia, we go down 2-1. And I was having discussions with close friends of mine saying, it doesn't look good. We're down 2-1. We're going back to Philly. I don't know if we can win this game. And what do the Raptors do? They win game 4 in Philly, taking control of that series. And then in the Milwaukee series, we dropped the first 2 games of the series. History says we lose that series because anytime you go down 0-2 in a best of 7, history is not on your side. And what happens? The Raptors win 4 in a row. I mean, it was really a season and a postseason of resiliency and bouncing back when we needed this team to bounce back the most. And it's crazy because the only series where the only sense of, I guess, nervousness you had was when Kevin Durant was coming back for that game 5. But then, I mean, after he went down, Raptors fans were kind of calm again because we said, you know what? We still got the series lead. We're still up 3-2. And that composure and that confidence really showed last night as they got the job done in 6. Second title next season, says Juan. I'm not looking ahead right now, but like I said, if Kawhi Leonard does resign, I like our chances to come out of the East again, man. I really do. Raptors even had adversity in trying to celebrate the chip. Yeah, I saw that, man. Masai got roughed up trying to get... Yeah, I saw that, man. He apparently he's been accused for roughing up on a sheriff, if I read that correctly. So, like, I didn't really look into that, but... I mean, Raptors have been facing adversity from the start of the season all the way to the end of the season and celebrating this championship. Yeah, you know what, Alex Sport? Looking back at this season, we really were a team of destiny. I mean, when you look at teams that are called a team of destiny, they usually have iconic moments during their run to a championship. And I really think our iconic moment and the moment that led me to believe, okay, something special is happening and we're on the verge of something great here, is when Kawhi Leonard hit that buzzer beater game-winning shot in Game 7. I mean, that was something like I've never seen before. It's never happened in NBA history. It's never been seen before by anybody. When that happened, I knew, okay, guys, we got something here. We're on the verge of something special, and little do we know, we're an NBA champion. Lakers versus Raptors next season. What is going on, Crazy Mofo? I wouldn't mind that, man. I wouldn't mind that. You know you know I don't hate the Lakers. I got a LeBron James jersey hung up over here. I'm a big fan of LeBron. I've openly stated it before, so I would not mind seeing Lakers Raptors in an NBA Finals. That would actually be really, really cool to see. LeBron versus Kawhi. That would be a great duel. Remember, Kawhi, he played pretty well against LeBron when he led the Spurs past the Heat, ending the first dynasty in 2014. But yeah, guys, make sure y'all hit that like button if you're just checking in. Again, share the stream. Let me know if you have any questions. Let's keep this rolling. We're on a high right now. What's going on, Anthony? Says, what up, man? Congrats. I saw you in Kleinberg the other day. You almost got hit by a car. You saw that? That is so funny, man. Yeah, I almost got hit by a car, and I started yelling at the damn guy. I was ready to fight the guy right there. Even without Kawhi, we'll still make the playoffs. Incredible stuff. I'll be at the parade Monday. A shout out to Anthony Aguirre. That's funny, man. You should have definitely come up and said hi to me. But yeah, those guys don't know how to drive in Kleinberg. And I almost got hit by a car a couple of days ago. But luckily I didn't. And luckily I'm alive. And I get to see the Raptors celebrate a championship. The parade is Monday. The parade is Monday morning at 10 a.m. Hey, thank you so much, Angus, with the $2 donation. That is Euro dollars. Thank you so much. This is for you, Luca. Enjoy this historic day. I really appreciate that. Much love and respect to everybody in here and those who have supported me all season long. Not only today, but all season long. You know who you are. Drip Nation, we are a family. Is the Golden State Warriors dynasty dead? That is a really good question. I think it's going to be on pause. Just because Kevin Durant is going to miss all of next season. We don't know what's going to happen with Klay. If Klay decides to walk, I think the dynasty could in fact be over. But if KD resigns and Klay resigns and Klay is okay for next season and KD returns the following season, I think they'll just take a 1-year pause and then they'll be back. But if those guys walk, I really don't think Steph Curry could carry a team on his own. And that definitely was the case last night. And that was the case for Game 3. He can't lead a team on his own. That is evident. Can someone name an NBA player? What does that mean, Aaron? I gotta sneeze, guys. Oh, man. I think I got sick yesterday. Warriors should have done load management on their stars. The Warriors didn't have enough depth, and that was evident. I mean, they could never rely on their bench at any point during this postseason run because their bench was essentially a non-factor. I mean, anytime you're rolling out guys like Quinn Cook, Livingston, with all due respect, those guys aren't necessarily guys you want to rely on coming off the bench. Like, they had no bench. I mean, Kevon Looney, too, the fact that he was banged up ended up being a big setback for the Warriors as well. Cousins wasn't 100%. So injuries really caught up to the Warriors and their lack of depth. That's the bottom line. Because if this Warriors team was 100% and all their players were playing, let's call it what it is. The Warriors right now would be three-peating. And guys, let's call it what it is. A three-peat is hard to do. And the last three-peat were the Lakers in 2000, 2001, 2002. And the Warriors coming close, but no three-peat to report on here in 2019. Hey, thank you so much, Poppy. Go, bless you too, brother. I'll be going live for the NBA draft. Yeah, I'll be going live for the NBA draft, which I believe is not this Thursday, but the next Thursday. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Let's hit that 50 like mark, guys, if we can. Again, let me know if you have any questions. This is just my instant reaction to what has happened. The Raptors winning a championship, the city of Toronto going crazy, the parade on Monday. This is all that and more. Just get it all out, guys. This has just been a wild ride, man, since day one. I'm not talking about just since day one of the season. I'm talking about since day one of me being a Raptors fan early back in the 2000s. But guys, there's actually a phenomenal stat that I actually dug up. And I don't know if you guys knew this, but this absolutely blew my mind. So the Leafs won the Stanley Cup in 1967. Then 26 years later, the Blue Jays won the World Series in 1993. And now 26 years later, the Raptors win an NBA championship in 2019. And the most mind-blowing part about that stat is all of those teams won in 6 games. That you cannot make up. That is remarkable. I couldn't believe it when I heard that stat. Are you kidding me? 26 years and all in game 6. That is crazy, man. That is crazy. Like, I was just floored when I heard that stat. So does that mean we got to wait another 26 years to see another major championship here in the city? Probably. And it'll probably end up being the Leafs. Or maybe the Jays again. Maybe it'll just rotate again. I don't know. That is absolutely insane, man. And the fact that they were all in 6 and we call ourselves the 6 here in Toronto, like, that's just a story for another day. I mean, oh my. I was going to make a video on that, but I thought I would just tell. I sent out a tweet on my Instagram or on my Twitter. Thought I would just put it out there. But yeah, that's mind-boggling, guys, when I heard that. And make sure you guys follow me on Twitter as well. I've been posting more actively on my personal feed. Follow me at Luca Rosano 3 on Twitter. And you can follow my personal Instagram, which I've also been more active on, at Luca Rosano. Definitely go follow me. And anytime you guys want to talk basketball, Raptors, I'm your guy. Yeah, what a season, Elvin, man. What a season. Yeah, it looks like 2045 is our next championship. I can't do quick math. I'd be, how old would I be? I'd be like in my 40s or close to 50. Maybe I'll celebrate my next championship with my kid. Speaking of the max, Draymond is line for conditional 2020 Supermax deal, 5-year, $240 million. That's good reporting there, Alex. Draymond might get traded. Yeah, I will be doing the NBA draft next Thursday, I think it is. So I will be doing live streaming of the draft next week. Yeah, guys, like I said, there's going to be a lot more content coming, guys. Just because the season isn't over doesn't mean I stop. There's draft stuff to report on. There's the NBA offseason, which is going to be crazy now that we know Kevin Durant will miss all of next season, which is just crazy to think. What is Kawhi Leonard going to do? That, of course, after this whole championship parade is over and the whole championship cloud goes over our heads, that's going to be the next thing Raptors fans are going to really be interested in. What will Kawhi Leonard do? Will he, in fact, sign a short-term deal? Will he sign a long-term deal? Will he stay? Will he go? So there's a lot to look out for this summer in the world of the Raptors and in the world of the NBA. I will be covering the Raptors and the NBA as I've been all season long. So that is why it's important. Turn on those post notifications, people. Go and turn them on right now if you haven't already. And you better comment on all those videos. I want to see you guys in my comments weighing in on your opinion, because you know I appreciate every single one of your opinions. And I always read all my comments. That's the thing about me. No matter how busy I get, and even though I don't reply to all of them, I still read every single one of my comments. So just know that, guys. I am loyal to you, the people who are loyal to me. Well, Max Kellerman made this point, Crazy Mofo, and I'll kind of say it again. I agree with him because I said this yesterday. If Kawhi does go to the Clippers, I think that's an NBA Finals team, even as is, even if they wouldn't do any other moves. I mean, Kawhi Leonard is a game changer. He's a team changer. And the culture that they're brewing right now in LA, the other LA team, that's a good situation to be a part of. If Kawhi Leonard goes to the Clippers, man, I think there's a new sheriff in town in LA, and I really think the Clippers would, in fact, be an NBA Finals contender next season if Kawhi, in fact, goes there. And Max Kellerman said it this morning, and I said it last night. Couldn't agree more. Kellerman went as far as saying that they would win a championship. I'm saying they would be an NBA Finals candidate at the very least. Kawhi doesn't even know where the Clippers are sitting at. But it'll be interesting to see, guys. I mean, if my prediction is true, I said if the Raptors at least make it to the NBA Finals, that Kawhi would resign. So not only have we made it to the NBA Finals, but we won a damn championship. So I still think Kawhi will resign with us. I think it's going to be more along the lines of a shorter deal, 1 to 2 years. But at the end of the day, I really believe Kawhi will re-sign with the Raptors. The amount of love and support that we have shown him as a fan base, he just looks comfortable too with the media. He's smiling more than he's ever smiled before. Like, he just looks in his element here. And I really think he enjoyed his stay. He keeps saying it. I know he might just be in the moment, but at the end of the day, I would put my money on Kawhi re-signing with the Raptors. And if that's the case, oh my goodness. I mean, like I said, if Kawhi resigns, this thing could not be done. We could be talking about a potential two-peat next season with this Raptors team. I know I'm getting a little bit too ahead of myself, but that's my honest opinion. If Kawhi resigns, the Raptors are going to be an NBA Finals contender next season, and you heard it here. You know what? That's a good point, Steve. I really like Freddie off the bench. I don't know. I don't really see him as a starter. I really like him in his role. I think he could be one of the most dynamic sixth men that we have seen in this game. And his role for these playoffs, I love that role. I love that role for him. I don't necessarily want him to start, so I would still go out and look for a starting point guard because, like I said before, I think Kyle Lowry is now going to be on the decline, and in all fairness, he's pretty much done everything there is to do in an NBA career. He's got his All-Star appearances. He won his NBA championship. He's probably going to go down as an NBA Hall of Famer with that championship. He's going to be retired now by the Raptors. You know, his jersey is probably going to be the first one, if not Kawhi's. So I would, if I'm the Raptors, I would still look for a point guard like a Kemba Walker, and I would keep Van Vliet on the bench. I wouldn't give him the pressure of starting because I really think his game flourishes when he comes off comes off the bench and leads that second unit. What's going on? Jimmy Lowe says, Luka, let's get John Tory to hand over the key of the city to Kawhi so we could keep him on the Raptors. Listen, if you got John Tory's number, give him a call and try to pitch that to him. I would give Kawhi everything he wants in the city. I mean, I really believe there's going to be a statue of Kawhi one day. Maybe I'm crazy to say that, but I really think Kawhi Leonard's going to get a statue one day, just like the Bulls gave Jordan a statue. Lou Will, Dinwiddie, Redick, and Fred are... Yeah, exactly. That's a good point, Dante. I put him in that echelon of players you just mentioned. He, to me, is just a bona fide sixth man. Van Vliet is a combo of Patty Mills and J.J. Barrera. That's interesting. That's interesting. I can see that a lot. He's got that shot-making ability like Patty Mills and also that play-making ability of both those players. That's an interesting combination of players, though. And shout out to Nick Howard, who's in here. Nick Howard actually picked the Raptors to win the series, so I got to give him a lot of credit on that. He picked them to win the series at the beginning. Kyle Lowry really stepped up nearing the end of the playoffs. Ain't choking anymore. Yeah, listen, Kyle Lowry, and again, it speaks volumes to what I've been saying all season. He sets the tone to these games, and he was doing it all postseason long. And once again, Kyle Lowry came out with a great start to the game. His playmaking was absolutely on point, finding guys like Siakam, like Kawhi Leonard, finding his teammates at the right point during the game and making key shots. I mean, he had a phenomenal Game 6. I think he scored something like 26 points. He was on. He set the tone again with his shot-making ability, with his playmaking ability, and that is why the Raptors won Game 6 and essentially won the championship. Yeah, Pau and Mark are the first brothers to become NBA champions. The thing with Danny Green, I think he's done. I think Danny Green is done. I mean, I don't think I would re-sign him, to be honest with you guys. I really think Danny Green won't return to once upon a time ago when he played those crucial moments with the Spurs. I really think Danny Green is done. I wouldn't re-sign him. That's just my opinion on that. And I mean, I don't think we need Danny Green. Now, I know some of you probably disagree with that, but that's my opinion. Sacramento Kings might make a run. What is going on, the Entertainer Talking Sports? Yeah, man, I've been standing up all night, bro. Oh, my goodness, man. Oh, it still doesn't feel real, man. It still doesn't feel real. I had you on my show a couple weeks ago. Shout out to the Entertainer Talking Sports. Definitely go subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. And we were talking about the series, and he didn't think the Raptors could do it, and I didn't think the Raptors could do it, to be honest with you, when the series first started. But man, this feels so damn good, bro. It feels so damn good. I still can't believe the Raptors are NBA champions, man. Can't believe it. It does not feel real. It still hasn't hit me. I'm just in shock, straight up. What's going on, C Sports Show? Oh, hell yeah, Elvin. And the same will be the same will be said on Monday, man. You already know. Yeah, but Danny Green, I mean, I was expecting a lot more from him in the playoffs. He just never really found his rhythm. I mean, even in the NBA Finals, he had that one big game. But other than that, I mean, Danny Green is far removed from his days playing with the San Antonio Spurs. And it's all right, man. Like, you're not going to have everybody play to their capability. You're always going to have one or two guys who underachieve. And it is what it is. I mean, if we ended up losing the series, we would have been blaming him a lot more. But the fact that we won it, it is what it is. He just lost his confidence, it seems. He can't hit a three if his life depended on it. It's crazy to think. Because this guy, while he's with the Spurs, historically or statistically, was one of the better shooting guards in the history of the game. Nuggets number one seed next year. It's still too early to start making predictions for next year. We got to see how the offseason plays out. But yeah, guys, anyways, that's just going to about wrap it up for me. Wanted to go live for at least a half hour or so. Ended up going live for like 40 minutes. I just wanted to get some stuff off my chest, as I did. This is my official championship post-game reaction. I mean, oh my goodness. Last night was crazy. Partying with the fans. Monday's going to be another great experience. I'll definitely have some content coming out on Monday of my experience at the parade. But that is it, guys. Believe it or not, the Toronto Raptors are the 2019 NBA champions. It is real. It is here. The Larry O'Brien Trophy is in fact north of the border. It is in Toronto. It is in Canada. I never thought this day would ever come, and it has. Mark it on your calendars. June 13th, 2019, the Raptors etch their name in NBA history. And I'm just glad to be a part of it. And I'm just glad I can sit here and say that I witnessed an NBA championship. Because the way this whole thing started, it didn't look like I would ever see a championship. But here we are. Here we are. Here we are, man. And words cannot describe how I'm feeling right now, guys. So listen, I really appreciate everybody in here who was, who was pretty much commenting, letting me know your thoughts, who was in this live stream here today. Wanted to do a quick one. You guys are the best. You know who you are. Again, hit that like button if you haven't already. Share the stream. Subscribe to the channel. Let's blow this damn thing up, guys, in the summer. Let's blow this channel up. Let's make sure everybody knows the name Luca Rosano in Toronto, in Canada, in the world. Everybody share the stream. You guys are awesome. I'm on an all-time high, and I'm going to ride this thing out. Raptors are NBA champions, folks. Have yourselves a great night. And